Voldemort, in his ambition to be immortal, created Horcruxes. But there are too many questions that remained unanswered in the movies. How Voldemort knew about the ritual? When did he create the Horcruxes, and whom did he kill for creating each one? How did he acquire the objects for them, and why he chose those specific objects? Many such questions. We will decipher the mystery around each Horcrux one by one, with interesting details from the books and make everything crystal clear. Please make sure you watch the full video to understand everything clearly. So, without any further ado, let's dive in. As we all know, young Tom Riddle had asked Professor Slughorn about Horcruxes, but many people seem to be under impression that Professor Slughorn told him everything about how to create them, which is incorrect. Voldemort came across a book in the restricted section of the Hogwarts library named Secrets of the Darkest Art. In this book, he found out everything about creating Horcruxes. To create a Horcrux, one must kill an innocent person because it breaks the soul, and then using spells, one has to separate a part and place it inside an object. This makes the person immortal because even if his body is destroyed, the part of the soul in the object lives on. After knowing about Horcruxes, he had approached Professor Slughorn only to confirm if more than one Horcrux can be created without destabilizing the soul, because no wizard before Voldemort had done it, and thus no information about it was available. He even mentioned about the possibility of splitting the soul in 7 parts. He got what he wanted to know. When he was in orphanage, he used to steal things from other kids after torturing them, and used to treat them as trophies. Similar mindset is seen behind Horcruxes, where each Horcrux is associated with something he was proud of or felt connected to. Tom, being born and raised in orphanage, did not know anything about his family except the fact that he was named Tom after his father and Marvolo after his maternal grandfather. When he came to Hogwarts, he kept searching for these 2 people in the records of magical families, and one day found out about Marvolo Gaunt. During a summer holiday, he went to the Gaunt house in the village of Little Hangleton to find his grandfather, Marvolo Gaunt. There he met Morphin instead, his uncle. Morphin told him about his mother and how Tom Riddle Sr. had abandoned her. In that rage, Voldemort took Morphin's wand, went to the Riddle mansion, and killed his father. When he came back to Gaunt House, he modified Morphin's memory to make him believe that he had committed the murder instead. He took the Gaunt family ring that Morphin was wearing and turned it into his first Horcrux. He chose the Gaunt family ring because it was associated with his magical lineage, something he was proud of. And he used his father's murder to create this Horcrux because it was a symbol of his vengeance. It is interesting to note that Voldemort did not know the stone set in the Gaunt family ring was the Resurrection Stone, one of the 3 Deathly Hallows. He hid the ring in the Gaunt house with magical enchantments and put a curse on it for anyone who wears it. The next Horcrux he created was his own diary after opening the Chamber of Secrets during his next year in Hogwarts. He killed Moaning Myrtle, a Muggle-born, to create this Horcrux. Myrtle was killed by the basilisk on his command, so it was as good as he had killed her. This Horcrux was dedicated to his proud memory of opening the Chamber of Secrets, for which he could not take the credit at the time. It was also significant for him, as it was a reminder that he was the heir of Salazar Slytherin. He chose his diary because this was not just a Horcrux. It was also supposed to serve as a means to open the Chamber of Secrets again in the future. He gave the diary to Lucius Malfoy, one of his most loyal supporters, for safekeeping. So, he had already created 2 Horcruxes before leaving the school, the ring and the diary. After leaving Hogwarts, he went to work at Borgin and Burke's, the shop in Diagonally that traded in rare magical artifacts. Everyone was surprised that a boy of his caliber, who could have easily gotten a job at Ministry, decided to work at a small shop. But the reason behind this decision was quite clear, that he was looking for more objects to turn into Horcruxes. As charming as he was, there his job was to use his charm to convince people to buy or sell their treasured possessions. While working, he came in contact with a rich old lady, Hepzibah Smith. She was quite impressed with him. She invited him over once and showed him the two of her most treasured collections: Helga Hufflepuff's cup and Salazar Slytherin's locket. Hufflepuff's cup was her family heirloom, as she was a descendant of Helga Hufflepuff. Slytherin's locket she had purchased many years ago from Borgin and Burke's. She told Voldemort about how a young, pregnant girl had sold it for just 10 galleons without knowing its true value. Voldemort knew then and there that the young girl was his mother. He believed that the locket should be rightfully in his possession, being his family heirloom and having once belonged to his mother. So he killed Hepzibah Smith and took those two artifacts. He used her murder to turn the cup into a Horcrux and gave it to Bellatrix Lestrange, again his most loyal follower, to keep into her vault of Gringotts. The vault of Bellatrix Lestrange was the most heavily guarded vault in Gringotts, being the oldest and most premium account. He chose the cup because it belonged to Helga Hufflepuff, one of the founding members of Hogwarts. Being an orphan, Voldemort never really had a home. Hogwarts in some sense was the only place close to a home for him, and held a special place in his life. That's why he tried to collect the personal belongings of Hogwarts founders, to make into Horcruxes, due to their connection to Hogwarts. Later, he killed a Muggle to turn the locket into a Horcrux. This was the most valuable object for him, because of the simple fact that it belonged to his forefather and idol, Salazar Slytherin. So he took most efforts to hide it. He hid it in the cave where he had once gone on a picnic during his time in orphanage. He put a curse at the entrance of the cave that it will open only after a blood sacrifice, weakening the person trying to enter. Furthermore, he placed the locket in a basin at the center of the lake and filled it with a potion. The locket could be retrieved only after drinking the potion, and person drinking it would suffer a lot. After drinking the potion, the person would be craving for water, and when he would try to take it from the lake, the inferi at the bottom of the lake would kill him, and he could not escape. But despite all these measures, Regulus Black, Sirius's brother, was able to steal it. If you know the answer to how he did it, please mention it in the comments below. Next, he acquired the diadem of Rowena Ravenclaw, another Hogwarts founder, from a forest in Albania. He used to talk to Helena Ravenclaw, the ghost of Ravenclaw Tower, also known as Grey Lady. She was the one who had stolen her mother's diadem and hid it in a hollow tree in Albanian forest. Voldemort had promised her that he would destroy it, ending her guilt. That's why she told him about the location. Although after recovering the diadem, he killed an Albanian peasant to turn it into a Horcrux. He decided to visit Hogwarts to apply for the position of defense against the dark arts teacher, but that was not his sole motive. He had one more thing on his mind: to hide the diadem in Hogwarts. So, on the way to Headmaster's office, he went to the Room of Requirement and hid the diadem there, believing he was the only person who knew about the place. Finally, he went to meet Professor Dumbledore for the job, but Dumbledore denied him the position. So, Voldemort put a curse on the position of defense against the dark arts teacher. That's why no teacher lasted for more than a year. So, Voldemort had created 5 Horcruxes. Only one remained when he heard about the prophecy that a boy born at the end of July is going to destroy him. He decided to kill the boy and create the last Horcrux with his murder. But when he attacked the Potters, Lily sacrificed herself to save Harry, and her sacrifice created a protection around him. When Voldemort tried to kill Harry, his killing curse rebounded due to that protection, and a part of his soul, which was ripped due to killing James and Lily, got separated and latched onto the only living thing in the room, Harry. A 6th Horcrux was created, but this one, unintentional and without Voldemort's knowledge. He lost his body, but he did not die as he had already created the Horcruxes. He fled to the forest in Albania where he was surviving by possessing animals, but the animals could not survive the energy of two souls in one body and would die in a few days. There he met Professor Quirrell and he entered his body. He tried to acquire the Philosopher's Stone for the elixir of life, but Harry in his first year fought Quirrell and he died due to Harry's touch, which was still carrying Lily's protection. Voldemort, having lost Quirrell's body, fled again to Albania. There he met Nagini, who was earlier a Maledictus and now turned completely in a snake. Being a Parseltongue, he could talk to Nagini. This is when Peter Pettigrew came to Albania and found Voldemort. He started extracting Nagini's venom to feed Voldemort. This made him a little stronger. Now he was able to hold his wand and cast spells. One day, Pettigrew saw Bertha Jorkins, a ministry employee who had come to Albania. He brought her to Voldemort. From her, Voldemort came to know that there was going to be a Triwizard tournament. He created a plan for his resurrection by using Harry's blood after the tournament. After extracting all the information from Bertha, Voldemort killed her and created his last Horcrux in the form of Nagini, whom he always carried with him. This is how Voldemort completed creating Horcruxes, which made him immortal. Voldemort had turned the relics of 3 Hogwarts founders into Horcruxes, but not the Sword of Gryffindor. There's a reason behind it. If you know why, please mention your answer in the comments down below. I'll pin the right answer in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting content. Let us know your opinion and suggestions for new video topics in the comments down below. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Till then, mischief managed.